today's video, we're going to microwave dry ice and a few other things you asked to see.
Guys, we have some kits.
We've got lots of kits, and I think right now a lot of people are stuck inside and need some things to do. And look at this, we've got things to do that come completely packaged in with everything you need in the kit.
Except for sometimes maybe like a screwdriver. If you have a screwdriver at home or a knife, you can put these kits together.
Lots of options. They should all be up on our website, including some things that have been out of stock are going to come back into stock. And all of them have some principles of education and science, and so you can be building stuff and learning at the same time. It's a lot of fun. And it's not just building the kit, you can then use the kit, and that's gonna be fun as well.
So we're gonna have these kits, and because people need something to do right now, these kits are discounted, so check them out.
Whoa, apparently if you get enough kits, you can just play wall building Jenga.
Yes.
Guys, we've filmed a lot of things in a microwave, and along with that, you guys have submitted a lot of fun ideas of things you want to see in a microwave. So today, we're gonna put a bunch of those to the test. Here's the basic idea. We have our microwave with the peephole in the back that affords us a great view of the inside. We're gonna try microwaving dry ice, liquid nitrogen, and a few other fun things that you guys thought would be fun to see in a microwave. We're not the first ones to do a lot of these. I've seen several of them before, but not all of them. But a lot of them I've seen and they're just filmed through the front of the door. Whereas we have our microwave with the hole drilled in the back that lets us really watch what's happening inside a lot better. So we're gonna try a few different things. We've got dry ice and liquid nitrogen. We wanna try microwaving both of those because a lot of people have suggested we do that. We've got two different sizes of marshmallows because those are supposed to be fun in a microwave. We have microwaved soap before, but I don't think we had our microwave that let us see inside when we did that. So we wanna get some good shots of the soap doing what soap does in a microwave. Someone recommended getting some instant microwave noodles, but not adding the water and seeing what happens if you cook that for the 3 minutes it recommends. Might get pulled out early. We've also got some light bulbs because light bulbs are supposed to actually light up in a microwave, as well as I got a black light bulb. I want to see if that works as well. So we're just gonna start nuking stuff. Single full-size marshmallow. We're starting to burn. Nice and cooked on the inside. Cooked marshmallow. Let's do it again. I switched over to my wide angle camera after it had started, and I think it took just a second, so we might have missed when it first started growing. So I'm gonna do it again. That one looked good. All right, let's just stop it now. That one worked way good. Started almost immediately, like 2-3 seconds, it already had started puffing up, and then weirdly it started like puffing at the bottom first. It tilted over, and then the rest of it puffed up. I like that. I'm just gonna set this right here on top of our block of dry ice. That regular size marshmallow worked great, but now we're going to try a jumbo size marshmallow. This is already almost as big as this one got to. Not quite, but I'm really curious to see what happens with an extra large marshmallow in the microwave. And it's growing. It's growing a lot. Splitting open like a terrible marshmallow beast. Oh my gosh, that. How big is that really? Because to me it looks like it's like the size of a basketball. Look at that. That's like the size of, like, it's bigger than my hand. It's now shrinking down as it cools, but I mean, that was way larger than my hand. That was amazing. I was very happy with it, but I gotta scale it up. So I'm gonna do 4 of those at once. Well, I think we basically had a microwave full of 4 marshmallows. If Venom in Spider-Man were white instead of black, this is exactly what it would look like. The marshmallow was extremely messy. As a counter to the extreme mess, we're gonna do soap. There you go. That is 1 bar of Ivory Soap. It didn't even react all of it. Fairly brittle, falls apart very easily. I'm gonna see if it's possible to wash my hands with this. All right, so I got some soap suds. I also got the whole thing, the foam, crumbling apart into bits. You can see the sink is kind of full of little bits of it. It doesn't hold together very well. So I want to take another bar of soap and this time cut it into quarters, so it'll be kind of like with the marshmallows, where it's kind of inflating from all directions. Now, if anyone is wanting to try this, I've heard that you need to use Ivory brand soap. I don't know if that's true. I haven't tried other brands because I've always just stuck with Ivory, and it does work with Ivory soap. Maybe it works with some other brands as well. Well, the studio now smells like soap, which is probably a step above burning sugar. So that's fun. You make your own little, it's like summoning a demon, but made of soap. We've got instant noodles. Looking on the container, it says do not microwave. I should also point out, I am microwaving this with no water in it. And I do know where a fire extinguisher is. It's very nearby. I see a little bit of smoke coming off of it. Now I see more smoke coming off of it. Well, it's burnt. Oh, now I just got hit with a really bad burning smell. The other one, I'm gonna add water and then put it in the microwave. See how that does. Got the timer set for 3 minutes. Last time we cooked it for 1 and it was smoky enough that I decided it was time to take it out. This time it's 3 because that's how long it says to pour the boiling water in for. We're gonna see what happens. Oh, it's boiling over. Well, it made a mess. Not like a horrible mess, but it did make a mess. Right now we're just letting this sit for another minute. What you're supposed to do is pour boiling water in and let it sit for 3 minutes to really get cooked into the noodles. It cooked for 3 minutes, but it took a while for it to hit full boiling point. So it probably hasn't had quite enough time at the boiling temperature for the noodles to be all the way ready. It seems cooked to me. We're gonna start by just putting the bulb by itself in the microwave, see what it does. Oh, that lit up immediately and with very good colors. Lit up very, very fast. Had like blue, pink, white light. Then the bulb exploded very loudly and shot glass everywhere. So, mixed results. I thought it was going to break. I did not think it was going to break with that kind of force. Now we've got our light bulb sitting in some water. Oh, it's glowing. Lots of fun colors. And just as exploded. All right, apparently I haven't had enough of cleaning up shattered glass inside the microwave. So I've also got a black light bulb that I believe has an incandescent filament. And we're gonna see what happens when we put this in. Is it gonna light up? Is it gonna glow cool different colors? Ooh, cool purple glow. That looks awesome, actually. And just waiting for it to explode. There it is. Get all tense because I know it's coming. I know it's gonna explode in there. Light bulbs in a microwave, very cool. Annoying to clean up. They light up brilliantly, but just explode into bits. Okay, we've got a couple more things we want to try. First off is liquid nitrogen. This cup's empty, but that's okay. I wanted to use one that's clear so we can actually see what's going on inside. So I'm just gonna get another one of these little ones, fill with liquid nitrogen, put it in the microwave and see what it does. Oh, it looks like it's getting pretty excited in there. I think it's gone. There's a tiny bit left at the bottom, but I think other than that, it's just boiled away. Microwaving liquid nitrogen, your liquid nitrogen boils away. Not terribly surprising, but I'd never seen it tested before, and now I have. We had a control cup, so just the same amount of time has passed in both cups, but as soon as the microwave started hitting this, it started boiling a lot more energetically. So microwaves do affect liquid nitrogen, and it boils it away quicker. Dry ice. We have a couple different things we want to try. First, I'm just gonna take a piece of dry ice, put it in the microwave. Then, however, I want to take a piece of dry ice, put it in some hot water in the microwave, and then turn the microwave on to see if the microwave keeps the water hot so we can know if it's still just gonna pour out even more vapor than it would otherwise. There actually is some vapor coming off of it, more than when it just sits around, so maybe this is doing something. I honestly thought it was gonna do nothing when there wasn't water in there with it. still cold. All right, dry ice going into some hot water. Lots of bubbling and vapor.
Like for a second there was a little bit of visibility, but there's just none. You can't see anything. You can see like the light. Everything else is just white.
You can see the vapor coming out. Well, that's it. We can't film into it because it's just so full of vapor that it's just white and the lens is fogged up immediately. There's surprisingly little. I thought there would be way more vapor just like coming out of parts of the microwave. All right, I'm gonna do a test of 30 seconds with the door closed, but not turned on, versus 30 seconds with the door closed and the microwave running. See if we feel like there's a difference. 30. It's a pretty good outpouring of vapor right there. Like how it spreads across the desk. It's like flowing that way in waves. All right, let's give this 30 seconds. About the same, really. The dry ice is definitely winning though. That water is now just cool. So the microwave is not able to heat the water up as fast as the dry ice is able to cool it down, at least not with this quantity of dry ice. I'm gonna heat the water back up because it's fairly cool at this point. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes in there. Then I'm gonna have this smaller piece of dry ice with the microwave running to see if the microwave can add heat faster than the dry ice takes it away. A reading of 132 degrees Fahrenheit. Bubbling nicely. Let's give that 2 more minutes and see if it's got higher or lower temperature after 2 minutes with the dry ice and the microwave. Oh, we have way more heat now. So with that size of dry ice, the microwave definitely won. Let's move up a bit. We're gonna try this size. 160 Fahrenheit. 2 minutes. Oh, plenty more vapor this time. We were at 160 Fahrenheit. Down to 130. So with that size of dry ice, the dry ice was winning. What do you think, guys? Are there any other dry ice microwave tests you think we haven't really done that you think we need to try more? Is there anything you feel is untapped about this experiment? Let us know down in the comments. Guys, that's it for now, but you know we've always got more to see. Hit subscribe to see more videos like this and click that box up there to see our most recent video. Talk to you in the next one.